tree, ocean. Oh my gosh, this hurts me more than anything. Here's our new sculpture. Now I'm gonna go cry in a corner. All right, let's talk about my childhood briefly. When I was a kid, I was always punished at school. I was always told to go either in the corner or write a whole page of a dictionary. That might have something to do with how fidgety I actually was in class. So some of my favorite activities as a kid was pretty much arts and crafts. And since I seem to have a history of being punished, I think I like to punish myself as an adult. Why do I do this to myself? I'm the parrot. So today, as nostalgia, because fun and punishment seem to go together for me, I decided to take on Play-Doh. So I'm going to attempt making a full sculpture, ideally an environment, out of Play-Doh. So I bought this set of 20 different colors, so we're going to look at it together. Not sponsored, by the way, but if they want to sponsor me, they could totally do that. I'm not gonna complain. So I'm going to attempt making a full environment with this set. I'm not going to use all 20 colors because I do like punishment, but I don't like torture. For those of you who have absolutely no idea what's the difference between Play-Doh and Polymer Clay, Play-Doh is extremely temporary. It's made for children, kind of to work on dexterity. And it's a non-permanent craft, so once you're done, you disassemble it and you're done. Polymer Clay is for jewelry making, sculpting, you bake it, and it's a permanent piece. I guess the best way to describe it would be to either build a house out of concrete or build it out of matchsticks. Today we are building out of matchsticks. I'm kind of worried. Fingers crossed that we got this. This week's shout out goes to Oodaloo. If you want a shout out in my next Friday video, don't forget to hashtag Nerdification Squad in the comment section below, either on the Wednesday video or the Friday video. And hashtag Nerdecrafter anytime on Instagram or Twitter. Before we start, I have a little beef because I'm getting comments like,
Jackie, since when are you just a review channel? You don't make crafts anymore.
But guys, it's Fridays, they're craft videos. You're getting a salty review and a craft video. Make sure you watch both before you start complaining. I still love you though, because you're salty. Now let's open this up. I have not touched Play-Doh, so I have no idea what Play-Doh feels like since I was in elementary school. How do you open this? There's a handle. All right, so I think we got it. Come on, come on. Oh my God. And I ask myself, why is this room always messy? It smells like elementary school. Let's open one of these and get a feel for the material that we're going to be working with. I am so scared. Oh my gosh. Brings me back straight to childhood. Oh, okay. It feels like air dry clay, so it's not too tragic. How well does the smoothing go? Let's check that out. Nope, no smoothing. So we're going to have to be building pieces as one piece. I don't know if water works. Let's do a little test on some water. If I put a piece this way and I want to smooth it, we figured out that it doesn't smooth with just your fingers, but does it work with just a little bit of water? I don't know if water is bad. We can definitely smooth in some feet if we wanted to. If you guys had your minds in the gutter, you're definitely part of the family, but stop it. Okay, water works. I'm gonna keep a little jar, spritz of water around. Can we blend colors? We could do that with clay, but can we do that with Play-Doh? The answer is yes. As always, I like to start with a rough sketch of what I want to make. I don't always follow my sketch, but you know, I'm a rebel, what can you do? Since this is my first time working with Play-Doh in the longest time, I wanted to play around with different textures and see what it could do. So we figured that it can actually do, you know, sand texture, and that was really awesome. And I really wanted to see if I can get a wave effect. Typically I do this with resin, but it worked beautifully with the actual Play-Doh. Who would have thought? And apparently Nerdecrafter did, because it worked out pretty well. We've established we can make sand texture on Play-Doh, but can we make grass texture? All right, let's do it. The biggest challenge working with Play-Doh is that, yes, it does dry pretty quickly. So I had to keep it pretty moist, and yes, I said moist, by putting drops of water here and there. As you can see, it really required it if I wanted pieces to not look cracked or otherwise just, you know, crumbly. Another challenge of Play-Doh is, much like air dry clay, it doesn't do really well when it comes to gravity. It doesn't want to stay up for very long, and it just kind of, you know, goes down. So that was pretty challenging, because every time I wanted things to stand, I needed to kind of let it dry just a little more before smoothing the pieces in. And again, every time I put pieces together, as you can see here, I was always putting drops of water in between, otherwise it wouldn't hold. So that's a trick for those of you who want to make temporary things or, you know, Play-Doh masterpieces. The texture! Oh my god! The texture is super smushy, and it does kind of stick to itself very easily. So it made for details that were not detailed, if I could say that. So we can't go in too much detail, but as you can see here with the turtle shell, I was able to get little indents. But at the same time, when I was making the indents, some part of the indents were disappearing way too quickly if I just barely touched it. Which is still better than air dry clay, because air dry clay actually, you know, stops taking details after a while. Can we appreciate that, turtle? Yes, let's do that. I did not at all expect to make something very similar to Polymer Clay. Of course, this is temporary. I'm really curious to see what's gonna happen in a few days after it dries up.
The next day.
Here we are the next morning. I look like poo, but that's okay. It is for science. As you can see, the tree fell down, but everything else looks pretty good. We don't have that many cracks or anything, but Play-Doh is temporary and I can't really keep this, so we're gonna smush it. It hurts my heart, but we gotta smush it. It's probably gonna just crumble. I guess let me take out the wires so I don't hurt myself. Ready? Oh no! Turtle! Tree! Ocean! Oh my gosh, this hurts me more than anything. Here's our new sculpture. Now I'm gonna go cry in a corner. But yeah, this is so cool. I really didn't expect to do anything near as cute as this. Now, of course, I was very cautious because I wasn't sure what I would be able to do, not be able to do. So I was very, very cautious. If you guys like this project, let me know. You can vote up here if you want me to do a part 2. If you want me to do a part 2, I will try something a little more advanced, which would mean that I would have to work on dry times, and if the dry time is good, then I can start building up onto it. I don't know, I'm just spewing words. Every time I went online and I was like looking for Play-Doh sculpture, and all I could find was like a mess of Play-Doh together, or the best thing I could find was smushed down 2D characters, and nothing as cute as this. So I challenge you guys to try Play-Doh too. Before I let you guys go, let me show you what was in Akibento. If you don't know Akibento, it is a monthly subscription box for us anime dorks. I am not affiliated, this is not sponsored. I just like showing off geeky things. The theme is Fable, and the first thing that caught my attention is this Sailor Scout looking a Konosuba wristband. a gray t-shirt. I could be wrong, but it feels like this could be Sword Art Online, which I absolutely love. Okay, this is so weird. I've never read this manga before, so is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? I know what I'm gonna be reading. A super cool snack. They've recently been adding more snacks into their boxes and I'm loving it. These snack things are really good. ReZero sticker set. I am super excited for the next box's theme, which should be My Hero Academia. I'm looking forward to that box. If you want to see my previous craft challenge, check it out over here. And if you want to see a salty review, why not check down here. Until then, I will see you guys in the next video.